Okie dokie. Let's see. Let me make sure. Oop, I gotta turn my sound off. There we go. All right. So, I think, I'm not really sure. I need to take the how to create accountability, this thing here, go to link. Your class is happening now. Join the room to participate in this class. Oh my. All right. Follow these steps. Invite members, introduce yourself. I have no idea if I'm doing this right. I apologize up the yin yang. If I'm doing this wrong. So let's see. Go to link. I might end up having to stop this meeting. One watching. Oh, okay. I think I am live. Woohoo! Yes. We'll find out. Lately, my life has been all about taking the leap and building my wings on the way down. And I've purposely been doing something almost every day that scares the pants off of me. And this is one of them. So, I apologize. I did start a few minutes late. I look like a hot mess. Oh my goodness. I was out gardening. It was glorious. I was up to my eyeballs in dirt. Like literally, I was about to go film. And I had a dirt mustache. Don't ask me how dirt. Oh, it must have been when I was wiping my nose. That's it. But yeah, so I am all excited because I'm getting back into gardening again and haven't done that in forever. So we'll see how it turns out. I'm experimenting. All right, so let's get to business. Today's little mini class is, so I don't know, maybe we'll call this mini class Monday. Is all about how to create accountability because we know that we can set these huge goals. We can even make plans, like break it down into little steps. I don't know about you. I have a little trouble with the executive functioning of taking a big goal and then breaking it down into doable steps. But, I still have fun thinking about it. But then when it's time for the rubber to hit the road, so to speak, or to actually put all those plans into action, a lot of us freeze up. So many of us will spend hours, researching things. The best workouts and the nutrition plans and all this sort of stuff. And then we just don't follow through. So, one of those things that can help is creating accountability. Now, the first part is to explain really what accountability is. Everybody thinks that someone else holds you accountable. No. Actually, the only person that can hold you accountable is yourself. Really, seriously. I mean, because when we think of accountability, we think of making us do something. Right? Okay. There is one other time where you can be held accountable. It's if you go to jail. Right? And then they decide when you eat, when you go to the bathroom, when you shower, those sort of things. There she is making her appearance. She always knows when I'm doing lives. So, accountability, the only person that can make you do something is yourself. Sure, we've all had those times when, yes, you say to your kid, okay, listen, you need to take out the trash. Now, if the kid knows that there will be absolutely no punishment or consequence for him not taking out the trash. He's not being held accountable, right? But if the kid knows that there will be a punishment for not taking out the trash, but he doesn't care, there's nothing you can do. You could like try to force him to, but really then you're taking out the trash, right? But parents will keep upping the ante, because there are some people where it's like, it doesn't matter what it is, they're not going to do it. So, first things first. In order to hold yourself accountable, you have to decide whether you really will do something or not. And if, for example, you realize there's no amount of money, no amount of begging, no amount of forcing, or anything that anybody could do to get me to eat vegetables, weight lift, run, name the thing, right, that you will not do, that you know you won't do. And you know what? Bless and release. Seriously, I have certain things I have realized it doesn't matter unless Jesus comes down and shines on me like the Apostle Paul and I am blinded with the light. I'm not going to do it. I've let them go. It's so much freedom when you do that. So I know I'm a fitness coach, but if you're like, I am never going to eat a vegetable ever, you know what? There's nothing I can do. I bless you and release you, and I tell you that you can do whatever you want. Okay? So decide. But now, once you've let go of those things that you really, truly, deeply do not want to do, you have to then decide what it is that you do want. So let's say you're like, you know what, I will never eat a vegetable in my life, but I can take out sugar, or I can start walking 15 minutes a day, or I, will do this, or I will do that. I shouldn't say can or can't. It's more like I will or I won't. Then you can focus your energy on those things. So step number 1 is to decide what you really, truly can be held accountable for. The second thing is to then decide how much the ante has to be. So let's say, for example, you decide that you're going to go walking for 15 minutes a day. Well, there's 3 ways you can be held accountable. The first is friends and family. And this is what a lot of people use. I will tell you that you got to hold something in it for them as well. Otherwise, they're not reliable. So, for example, you can say to your kids, guys, if you remind mommy that she has to go for a walk around the block, 4 times this week, we'll say 2 times, you're just getting started. Mommy has to go around the block 2 times this week. And if you make sure that mommy does her 2 times, I will then take you to, and then you could say Fun World, Pizza Hut, wherever it is that your children love to go or love to do, the pool, the beach, that sort of thing. Or you say, we're not going to the beach until mommy gets her walk in. So you've got to help mommy get her walk done. All of a sudden, boom, kids are amazing at holding you accountable. Husbands, it depends. If you can hide the remote control without being chased around the house by a madman, that could work. If there's certain things that your husband loves that you can do for him, you could make it a mutually beneficial relationship. But I have discovered that a lot of times spouses will sabotage your efforts to get fit, for the simple reason that they're afraid to be held accountable, or think that you're going to try and then force them into doing it. So be careful or cautious. If your spouse has not been supportive of you in the past, do not expect it of them in the future. So family and friends is one way. A second way, find a peer group that is on the same path and report into them. One of my favorite productivity tools is called Focusmate. You can join the Focusmate Facebook group. Focusmate is free if you do it up to 3 times a week, but it's $5 a month. And you could have where you do a 25-minute session or a 50-minute session. And basically what it is you're connected with somebody for that time. And at the beginning of the session, you have to tell them what is your goal for that session. So let's say your goal has been, I want to do meal prep, or I want to do meal planning, or I want to clean out my closet. You know, you meet this person and they're from all around the world. So you could, if you can't sleep 4 a.m., you could be paired up with some person in Ireland. Top of the morning to you. What's your goal, right? And you can then say, my goal is to clean all of my clothes that no longer fit me out of the closet for the next 25 minutes. Okay, great. Or the next 50 minutes. And then you both get to work. So you can find a peer group. You can use Focusmate. You can use my Facebook group, which the name is going to be changing soon. So I will just in the comments below put the link for it. But you can post in the Facebook group, hey, I'm looking for an accountability workout partner. You can join a group that maybe walks in the mall during the winter. So sometimes having those peers where you've made plans to meet them, it's good. Again, here's the problem. If you pair yourself up with the wrong kind of person, you want to find somebody who's a little bit higher up on the progress path or the mountain than you, because otherwise you could have a person where you're like, okay, so I'll meet you at 1 o'clock. We'll go for a 15-minute walk. Sure. And then you get a call at like 12:58 and they're like, oh, I can't do this or that or whatever. Yeah. So I always tell people, listen, if I say I'm going to meet you somewhere, don't you dare flake out on me, because I make changes in my plans for you. And you make all of a sudden last minute cancellations, you got to start hanging out with a crowd they want to be held accountable. Okay. Then the third is gamify it. Gamify it so you can find an app. Habitica, what else? Oh, Plant Nanny, where you, like, every time you drink water, you water your plant, otherwise it dies. If you type in like gamify, for me, let me see, I'm actually going to take you for a little ride here. Obviously, the BOD app, which allows you to tell about your workouts, that's great. I have where I post my workouts up on the wall, as you can see. And then as I do them, I use my stickers and I try to give myself like a whole rainbow effect. And that really, I don't know why, but I love stickers. And I love seeing the streak, so to speak. So you can gamify things by getting into a contest with a friend and put up some good cash. Like, so for example, first person to walk 25 miles on their Strava app gets $50 from their friend. Oh my goodness, you'd trust me, you guys would be walking those miles. Again, unless you got $50 laying around. Oh, maybe first person to walk 50 miles gets their tank filled by the other person. Oh yeah, let me tell you, gas today is expensive. That, yeah, and if you had a minivan, your friend might think twice. But now, if you both show up and you walk the 50 miles and you complete it together, then you get like a nice prize too, where maybe you treat yourselves to a pedicure or manicure. See how that works? So, anyhow, I hope, guys, that I've given you some ideas. First of all, explaining what accountability is. It is not somebody else forcing you to do something. It's really that you want to do it and you hold yourself accountable because you know somebody else or something else is relying on you. There are certain things that you cannot be held accountable for because, quite frankly and simply, you just don't want to do them. Learn to let those things go. Maybe come back to them at another time in your life. And in the meantime, focus on those smaller items that you can be held accountable for. Then you can use friends and family or peer groups or games or apps to help keep you accountable for what your goals are. One little bonus tip that I have for you, point number 5, is that if you break things up and give yourself small daily wins, you are much more likely to follow through and continue to be held accountable for the things that matter and are important to you. So once again, let me repeat that. If you give yourself small daily wins, for example, let's say you want to clean out your closet of all the clothes that no longer fit you. If you say, okay, every time I take just one piece of clothing out, try it on, or see if it fits or not, I will put like a little, shiny sticker on a calendar, or I will, I had one friend, she would do her lipstick every morning, and every time she said positive affirmations to herself, she had an inside closet mirror and she would kiss it, and the goal was to like give herself all the love. So by the end of like a certain month, her whole mirror had to have all lipstick kisses on it, and then she would clean it off and do it again. I think that's a little messy to me, but it worked for her. She was giving herself some love. So whatever you can do to give yourself that small little dopamine hit, it's going to really be like forward momentum for your goals. And that will help you to be more accountable. Of course, guys, of course, as a fitness coach, what do? I help hold people accountable. So if you need accountability in your fitness goals, if you need a plan to get you to your fitness goal, if you don't even know where to begin, please, I am the one. If you've enjoyed this, please like, share, and subscribe. Otherwise, I will see you guys for the next mini class Monday. I have no idea what it's going to be on, but I'll think of something good. Peace and blessings. And hopefully I won't look like I just got dragged through the mud.